API conference. API conf. I think last year it was 200 okay, right? How many people are here last year? If you were here last year, can I see you? And just wait. Just wait. You were not here. You were not here. Oh, great. My name is Michael, and I'm CTO at Split. So Split is a PropTech solution trying to solve the rental problem in Nigeria and Africa alike. I'm sure one person, everyone here must have had issues with rental in Lagos at least, at some point of their life. But that's not why we are here. Today we are talking about a topic that says, building to last. So as my slide, just before my slide would go up, when you hear the word building to last, what comes to mind? Because I did take a survey. I asked people, what does it mean to build to last? Some people say, oh, when you build something to last, you just build once, you never go back to it, it just continue to last on forever. Is there anybody who believes that here as well? If something is built to last, you just build it once, and then that's it. You don't ever go back to it because you've built a very perfect solution. Is there anybody who believes that? Anybody? Nobody. So you think if you're building to last, you still need to go back to it to maintain it. Oh, yeah, I have a witness. Somebody believes that if you build once, you don't ever need to go back to it if you built it right. Is that correct? Is that correct? Oh, now he's doubting himself. Anybody? Am I alone? Please read with me. If you've built something so well, you don't have to go back to that thing. You just continue to exist forever. Wow. So I think I'm in the right audience. Challenges some people have, because I did take a survey of this topic, right? A lot of people tell me, if you build something so perfectly, you don't have to go back for maintenance, you don't have to review, what you've built. But that's a lie. That's a lie. Something you build to last also requires constant and deliberate maintenance. Right? So I'm just going to be running through some of the concepts of how we can build to last. Right? Please, I just want to take a sample of what the audience looks like. If you're a developer, can I see you? Just do like this. A designer, product managers, people who are who does business in tech. If you're a business person but you're in tech, product manager, business person. What else? There's something else I can see. QA testers are awesome. QA testers, business person, developer, PMs. So building to last. One of the most important things, if you want to build a solution, API solution to last, that can stand the test of time, is collaboration. However, most of us get what the word collaboration means wrong. For example, I am a developer. I focus more on the back-end side of things. Very early on in my career, when I hear the word collaboration, right, what comes to my mind is, oh, let me collaborate with the front-end engineer and then I'm good. Or maybe designer sometimes. When you're coming up, you are both front-end, designer, back-end, in fact, DevOps. It is as you go up, you start to drop some things, right? So when I hear that word collaboration, in my head, I'm like, oh, let's collaborate with front-end engineer and then build this solution, right? And we leave out the most critical part of collaboration, which is the business. What are you building? This is the reason I'm a fan of domain-driven development. Because in DDD, the business is at the center. Everything else revolves around it, right? So collaboration is the first thing. This thing, I'm not sure is where it's supposed to point to. Laptop. Okay. Nothing. Okay, great. So the first thing on my slide is collaboration. I have here, never do it alone. Don't even try. Like, don't try. Don't try to. Look at all the solutions that we have today that have stood the test of time, that have spanned decades. How many of them were built by a solo person? How many? How many? So collaboration is so important because one person would always get it wrong. So I have a story. In my company, about 5 years ago, when we were just building, there's this very senior person who was, every PR goes to him, right? And then he reviews everybody's PR, but nobody reviews his PR because he's the boss, right? And then he left. After he left, we then discovered a lot of beans. We discovered like things that are so terrible that, and it's not because they were no good, like the person was good. It was just oversight. Do you get? So when we hear the word code, it is very vital that we don't try to do things alone, especially if what we're building, we want it to stand the test of time. It's not something we want to build this month and then wrap it up next month, right? For example, there are challenges that we're supposed to build for Postman for this conference. If you are building such things, right, you can collaborate, but such product or solutions might not require you because you're building specifically for a program like this, right? So it might not require you to go so deep, try to get UI, UX, PM, business person. You can quickly build that just because it's for this conference, right? After the conference, most of them will wind down. But if you're building a business, then collaboration is extremely important because no way you can get it all right by yourself. It's just not possible, right? Next thing is maintain deliberately and consistently. That's what I started with. And I put this because of my survey. A lot of people believe things that are built extremely well don't need maintenance. And it's a lie, because technology evolves every day. Some 5 years ago, how many people know about ChatGPT? How many people know about OpenAPI? Like, so many things has come now that if you don't, try to deliberately integrate some of those things, you'll see yourself fizzle out, little by little. So you have to deliberately and consistently maintain whatever it is you're building. I'm very glad that the next session after mine, the person is a documentation expert, which leads me to the next point. Document religiously. So there's this saying that, I don't know if anybody have had it here, that says, self-explaining code base that don't need comments. How many people have had that before? Like if you name your variables right, your functions are named right, maybe your SRP is so solid, you don't need to document. But guess what? Nothing fizzles out so fast than an elegant piece of software or solution that nobody else can use. Because you would go. Most times when you start a project, especially if it's built to last for a long time, you will not be the one at the end of it. Some people will inherit your project, your solution, your code base, your design. But if you are the only person who understands this thing, man, I'm sorry for you. So document even the seemingly intuitive stuff. Oh, this is A plus B equals C. Oh, you understand it, but the next person might not. What's to tell you that the next person has the same level of depth and knowledge as you? So document, make it so easy for people to use your solutions. How many people have used API solutions in Nigeria? And you know when things are going wrong, you are the problem, not the company. I've used some API solutions in Nigeria that when things are going wrong, maybe I'm trying to test and then it's not working well, I know I'm the problem because I trust that company, that their documentation is so superb that even in my sleep, I can trust them. I won't mention names, so they don't come for me. The next thing here is customer-centric. Who are your customers? I've given a speech sometimes trying to elaborate more on what a customer is. So, as a back-end engineer, you know that the people who are building for is the ultimate customer. However, if you're building a client-facing application, the front-end person is your customer as a back-end engineer, don't you believe? Yes. Some people don't think that engineers in the same circle deserve love. So you see API, sometimes it's snake case here, it's camel case here, it's any case there. And then when you change something, you don't communicate to the front-end person. How many front-end person can bear me witness here? So these people are frustrated, right? When you build something and you don't put them at the center of what you're building, you don't have empathy. Some people believe that developers don't deserve love. Are you one of them? So put customer at the first, in the middle, at the end, everywhere, and it will guide how you build your solutions. If your customer are the epicenter of your solution, you will build right. Trust me, you will build right. I'm already being warned that I have a few minutes left. Then this next one is designed for transition from day one. If you're building and you think you're going to be there forever, so you can build anyhow, sorry is your case. Sorry. In fact, even if you are a founder, how many founders have we seen being pushed out of their companies, even here in Nigeria? So when you build something, imagine when Steve Jobs was pushed out of Apple. Imagine that Apple was not a solid company. By the time he's coming back, what do you think he would have met? Maybe a rotten apple, right? So design for transition. Just have it at the back of your mind that you want to be able to build this thing so that other people can take over from you. Right? So design your solution in a way that it is easier for the next person to just take charge and push it forward, you know, from where you stop. And then don't trust yourself, man. Don't ever trust yourself. So when you were the solo engineer in the company or solo designer or whatever, you just let me just write the code, no PR reviews because you're so good. And then the next person joins because your solution is not scaling, right? You're like, let's just churn out features, right? And then you don't set up systems. You trust the next person to be as diligent as you. There's no way. No way. How many people have rewrite any solution here? Like you met something, maybe you were even the one that wrote it, and then you have to rewrite. Like it's so shitty at some point, and you're like, no, the next solution is for me to rewrite this solution. She has. How sweet was the experience? Extremely terrible and frustrating experience. In fact, you know what? Guess what? When you write stuff, you are bound to make the mistakes that you have made, you have learned from, and you will make again. So why not set up systems? Why are you trusting your head knowledge? Why are you trusting that you will be in good state all through the lifespan of that product you're building? You can't trust yourself to always do the right thing. So let the systems guide you. right? Set up systems for yourself. On GitHub, for example, set up rules. You can't merge this PR until there are 2 approvals or 1 approval. You can't do this until you, like, those things are painful. However, if your plan is to build solutions that can stand the test of time, you have to do these things. This is not for everybody. Honestly, this is not for everybody. Not everybody wants to build to last. Some wants to build to quickly cash out. It's fine. But if your solution, if your intention is to build to last, you need to take your time. Be deliberate about your solutions. You know, because when you build, many things would come for your solutions. You're building API, we're an API conference. When failure comes, you know, some people pay for nothingness because of their technology choice. How do you pay for nothingness? You set up cloud infrastructure without traffic, and you see at the end of the month $1,000. Why? When success comes, some of our solutions cannot take them because of the traffic. They crash. Right? So wind would come, dryness would come, success would come, failure would come, even hackers would come for you at some point. The question is, what will they find when they come for your solutions? I will leave you with this quote from Brian Reed. He said, everything is designed. Every single thing is designed. But few things, the ones that can stand the test of times, are designed well. Thank you very much.